in portions to the Vedic version. Number 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Number 6, to give some interpretation to the holy name. Number 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, not to have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, dear devotees, I thank everyone for joining Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined this morning?
हरे कृष्ण सुंदरांगी राधा माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Priti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call and giving your association every day. Hare Krishna, welcome to the call.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yasumati Priya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining every day and giving your sweet association to us. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devadasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining the call and thank you for all your wonderful services. Thank you for always guiding me whenever I need it. I go to you Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sundarija Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all the devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much Mataji for joining every day and giving your sweet assistance to us. Thank you so much Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Sundarangi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Pyari Devidasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all your wonderful services Mataji. Thank you so much Mataji for joining and giving your sweet association. Welcome to the call Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is there anyone else who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada, this is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for your warm welcoming.
Hare Krishna Priti Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all your wonderful services Mataji. Thank you so much Mataji for joining every day and giving your sweet association to us. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call. Today we are so fortunate to have His Holiness Sundar Chaitanya Goswami Maharaj to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 15 number chapter and text number 36. Before handovering call to Maharaj, I would like to read a brief introduction about today's speaker. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, here is a brief introduction about today's speaker. His Holiness Sundar Chaitanya Goswami Maharaj, among the senior most disciples of His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj, is an international motivational speaker, leadership trainer, and a renowned youth preacher. He specializes in inspiring and empowering people people to realize their true selves. As a keynote speaker, thousands of people have discovered a new light from his energetic workshop worldwide. He is basically from Mauritius, where he came in contact with ISKCON in 1982. In 1986, Maharaj joined the Brahmachari ashram, dedicated his life to the mission. From 1988 to 1992, he served as a Sankirtana leader in Mauritius. Maharaj has served as temple president in Mauritius and in Nagpur, India for several years. He travels to so many countries and is very active in preaching. Arved, Noida, Delhi, Europe, Italy, England, France, Belgium, South Africa, Reunion Island, and he has managed interfaith events bringing together the community of Hare Krishna, sorry. He has managed interfaith events bringing together the communities of different religious faiths in order to strengthen their faith and belief in God together. He has opened ISKCON preaching centers all over the world. Maharaj Sundar Chaitanya Goswami is popular for his outstanding lectures and seminars about the philosophy of Krishna consciousness with the expert hand in bhajan and kirtans. He has been instrumental in providing the teachings of Vedic scriptures, the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, for the past few years, and at present Maharaj is a lecturer at the Vaishnava Institute of Higher Education in Sri Vrindavan Dham, India. He has also been an inspirational coordinator to various international level festivals in Mauritius. He has managed the famous 3 days Ratha Yatra festival in Mauritius, which is attended by thousands of devotees. Hare Krishna, all glories to Maharaj's services. Thank you so much. Here was a brief introduction about Maharaj. Maharaj is not on call.
Yeah, not on call, Mataji. I think he will join in few minutes. We can wait.
Okay, sure. Dear devotees, if anyone like to introduce themselves, then they can go ahead. Otherwise, I can do chanting. Hare Krishna.
He said he's joining. He just gave message.
Okay. I can do chanting until Maharaj joins. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram
Maharaj has connection issues. He's trying to join. It may take time, couple of minutes more. So, would you like to sing any small bhajan, Mataji?
Hare Krishna.
Small one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji, I can try. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Kara More Tuma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagata Sansare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Kara More Tuma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagata Sansare. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning. Today's topic is Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 15 number chapter, and text number 36, Maharaj. Whenever you are ready, please take over the call, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai. Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna to all devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Voice repeating like that?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, did you say something?
I can hear my voice again. Why is that?
Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah. I muted everyone, Maharaj. Can you now try?
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Fine. Voice repeating like that? I'm hearing my voice again.
Hare Krishna. You like to try joining again, Maharaj? I see everybody is on mute. I don't know what's exactly happening in your
I'll
device.
try again. I'll try again.
Yeah, sure, Maharaj.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this is, you're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, text 15. Sorry, chapter 15, text 36. Ya pravrachya grihat purvam tri vargavapanat punah yari savetatam bhikshu savai vantasi apatrapaha. Yaha, one who, pravajya, being finished for good and living for the forest, being situated in transcendental bliss. Grihat, from home. Purvam, at first. Trivarga, there are three principles of religion, economic development, and self-gratification. Avapanat, from the field in which they are shown. Punaha, again, yadi, if Seveta should accept ton materialistic activities. Bhikshu, a person who has accepted the sannyasa order, saha, that person, vai indi, Vantasi, one who eats his own vomit, apatrapaha, without shame. Go up. Yeah. One who accepts the sannyas order give up the three principal materialistic activities in which one indulges in the field of household life, namely religion, economic development, and sanctification. One who first accepts sannyas but then returns to such materialistic activities is to be called a Vantasi. One who eats his own vomit is indeed a shameless person. Purport by Divine Graces Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Materialistic activities are regulated by the institution of Varnashram Dharma. Without Varnashram Dharma, materialistic activities constitute animal life. And even if human life, while observing the principle of Varna and Ashram, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanapras, and Sannyas, one must ultimately accept sannyas, the renounced order, for only by the renounced order can one be situated in Brahmasukha or transcendental bliss. In Brahmasukha, one is no longer attracted by lusty desires. Indeed, when one is no longer disturbed, especially by lusty desires for sexual indulgence, is fit to become a sannyasi. Otherwise, one should not accept the sannyas order. If one accepts sannyas in an immature state, there is every possibility of his being attracted by a woman and lusty desires, and thus again becoming a so-called grihastha or a victim of woman. Such a person is most shameless and is called Vantasi, one who eats that which he has already vomited. He certainly leads a condemned life. In our Krishna consciousness movement, it is advised, therefore, that the sannyasis and brahmacharis keep strictly aloof from the association of women, so that there will be no chance of their falling down again as victims of lusty desires. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhi Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is the 7th canto here, and it's normally speaking about the ideal ashram regarding brahmachari, varnashram, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasi. Who is a good sannyasi? So it is explained that here in this verse, especially, that the sannyasi a sannyasi actually who give up, always giving up the principle of materialistic activities, but then later he start to accept the four, religion, economic development, and sanctification. What it is called, a sannyasi who actually accepts sannyas but then return to materialistic activities is called a Vantasi. Vantasi. Vantasi means one who actually eats his own vomit. Again, he vomits and eat that vomit again. The sannyasi was given up the materialistic life, take to the renounced order of life, but again get engaged into that kind of materialistic activities. It is called a Vantasi, and one who eats his own vomit again. Shameless person, that verse is saying. So, but of course, material life is regulated by this Varna Ashram system, right? There's a kind of regulation which are constitutes, otherwise people will be living like animal. Varna Ashram is important, otherwise people will be living like the animal. So then when one is following all this ashram, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, and also a sannyas in the renounced order. And Prabhupada is also mentioning that when one is no longer disturbed by lusty desires, then one can take sannyas, one can become a sannyasi. One is fit to become a sannyasi. One is no longer disturbed by the lusty sexual desires. Otherwise, what's going to happen? Then if he accepts sannyas in an immature stage, and then there is a very possibility that one can fall down, can be attracted in an immature stage. One can also be attracted to the opposite sex, and again becoming a so-called grihamedi, again so-called grihastha, who become victim of the opposite sex. And then Prabhupada again is saying that this person is shameless, right? He's called a Vantasi because he's eating his own vomit. One time, there was in Prabhupada time also Vishnujan Swami Maharaj. He asked Prabhupada what happened if a sannyasi fall down, because sannyasi is the highest level. Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, sannyas is the top. What would he do? And if he falls down, Prabhupada said, the Shastras say one should commit suicide. Right? Committing suicide. I don't know what's the detail of Vishnujan Maharaj, but then he was told that he went and drowned himself into the Ganga, right? And no one knows why. So because that's the sastric injection. Even Chota Haridas, who was going to beg for rice. He went to beg for rice. So he came with the rice to cook for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chota Haridas, he was a sannyasi. And he went to beg food. So then food was cooked for Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was eating the food. And while he was eating the food, the grain, the rice, especially the rice, he could feel something, right? Eating the rice. And he asked who has brought this rice. And the cook said it was Chota Haridas who went, to someone's house and brought the rice for you. And then Mahaprabhu immediately understood that there was some kind of lusty desire in his mind. Mahaprabhu checked that. And Mahaprabhu rejected Chota Haridas, being a sannyasi and having the thought of lust and woman. So, and then later on, Chudharidas, he also committed suicide, jumped himself into the Ganga, right? So this is a point regarding a sannyasi who falls down. So Prabhupada is mentioning one of the purport also, like in our Krishna consciousness movement, it is advised that sannyasis and brahmacharis keep aloof, strictly keeping aloof from the opposite sex, right? Association of the opposite sex, because there will be every chance of their falling down and become victim to Maya, lusty desires, if they don't keep aloof, right? And they also, sannyasis should be also remove themselves from the urges, especially in the nectar of instruction is explained that one who can control the urges, especially the urge of the tongue, the belly, the genitals, which actually disturb one as long as one is not fully aware of the bodily demand. So that will influence, right? So that's why it is very, very important. Because the senses, especially the senses, there is body like a chariot, the senses like the horse, the five horses, and the mind is the rein, and the driver is the intelligence. So the object of the senses like that. So the intelligence is a chariot driver. So one cannot actually have full faith, put full faith in the senses. It's like a hunter catching an animal alive. And if the hunter is not watchful towards the animal can do two things. It can kill the hunter or run away. We cannot put full faith in the senses. One cannot trust the senses. That's the point. So this can happen. Because the mind is always trying to control everyone. And the mind has never been under the control of anyone. And so this is why it is very, very important for liberation, to achieve desired liberation. One should actually should accept the direction of the authorized devotees, especially Gurudev and the Shiksha Guru, who are endowed with the perfect knowledge, right? If one is on the other hand, if one is in the tamoguna, who is in the darkness region of materialistic existence, and then one who wants to be like that, then he can't continue to associate with the opposite sex, right? But here it is recommended that if one accepts sannyas, dedicating his life for the service of the Lord, dedicating his life for the service of the Lord, and that kind of sannyas is allowed, is permitted. So that kind of sannyas. So, and by accepting this kind of sannyas, one renders service for everyone, for the parent and for the devotees and for the society also. But sannyas also, the other sannyas that one should not accept, Prabhupada condemned that. The sannyas order of the Mayavadi school, that is condemned, right? Which has practically no meaning. Mayavadi sannyasi has practically no meaning. We find so many Mayavadi sannyasi also as simply in Vrindavan loitering. They're loitering in the street. They're thinking themselves Narayan or Brahman, and spending all day begging and night begging for food. And they can fill their hungry bellies. So that kind of sannyas is condemned. During the time of Sankaracharya also was there a principle for the acceptance of sannyas. They were very, very, very strict at that time when Sankaracharya was there. But later on, what happened, that same Mayavadi school became degraded. And when it became degraded, and then there was false philosophy. It's during the time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing the Nagar Sankirtan everywhere. So the leader of the Sanyas Mayavadi, Sanyasi, Prakasananda Saraswati especially, was telling Mahaprabhu, you are a sannyasi and you have taken sannyas in our line of disciplic succession. So why you as a sannyasi, you are associating with sentimental people, sentimentalist, right? You're chanting, what is this? You're supposed to be reading the Vedanta, you know? So then Mahaprabhu told him that my Gurudeva has told me that I am a fool number one, I cannot understand Vedanta. So that's why he told me to chant Hare Krishna. And he gave evidence from Shastra. Hare Nam eva kevalam kalo nasteva 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 katir anyata. Quoted verse. This is from the Upanishad also. And the Mayavadi, they know that verse from the Upanishad. They could not deny it. Right? So, yeah. So then Shastra is saying that in Kali Yuga, the only way to chant Hare Krishna, Mahamantra. But their philosophy is propagation that one can become Narayan. So this is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has rejected this kind of sannyas. Of course, Mahaprabhu did not reject sannyas at all. I mean, completely sannyas, but Mayavadi sannyas is rejected. We cannot reject sannyas because it's an item of our national dharma, right? So then how then can it be rejected, right? So it's accepted. So this is from long time ago, from time immemorial. So the sannyasi order, they have carried three danda sannyas. But later on, Sankaracharya accepted only one danda, ekadandi sannyasi. Three dandi means we can call it a BMW. B, body, M, mind, W is words. Body, minds, and words. So this three dandi sannyasi, our danda is three sticks. And to remind us, our body actions should be Krishna conscious. Our mind should be thinking of Krishna. And the words should be always talking about Krishna. That's why we carry this three dandi. So, but there are many also other types of sannyasis. Many other types of sannyasis who are not actually approved by the Vedic Shastra, by the Vedic literature. It's not approved, right? We also hear there was one type of sannyasi introduced by Indra. When Indra wanted to steal the horse of King Prithu. So he also adapted the sannyas vase dresses. So there are many different types of sannyasis, definitely. And some of them they go naked. Some of them they carry trident. Some of them they also carry the skull. So all of these type of sannyasi were introduced. It's meaningless. It's speculation, meaningless circumstances. It's like Indra, while he was going to steal a horse of Prithu Maharaj, so he adopted one kind of sannyas, right? So it's meaningless circumstances. It was introduced and there's some meaningless circumstances. So there are many types of sannyasi like this. And other people who are also profane of knowledge. So they also accept sannyas. So although they are not bona fide guides to spiritual advancement, they are not. Also, sannyasi should not cook for himself. A sannyasi should not cook food for himself. but he can accept invitation and eat in the devotee's house. Right? He can do that. I mean, continuously also he can do for many days. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very kind and left towards his devotees, but he would not accept a long invitation at the Sarvabhauma Prabhu's house. He would go there, but not so long. But out of affection, he accepted invitation for 5 days only. 5 days in a month, he would accept invitation for prasadam at the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya for 5 days only in a month. So this is because there are also different types of sannyasi in our parampara. Sannyasi is also divided into four levels, like Kutichak is one kind of sannyasi, Bahudak, Parivrajacacharya, and then Paramahansa. So these are the process. So in the beginning, of course, in the sannyasi, in the beginning, one made a cottage outside the village. He made a cottage outside the village, sannyasi, the first one, Kutichak. And then food is coming from home. Food is coming from other place. Come from his home. Family will go and give the food. This is the first level, right? But of course, he has no connection. Sannyasi has no connection because when he was Vanapras, he already left home. He already left home when he was Vanapras. By sannyasi now, now is completely sannyasi. So, but takes prasadam from home. That is all. That is called kutichak. This is sannyasi, kutichak. Prasad will be coming from home, but he will be staying in a cottage outside. So then he also goes door to door. The other one, he goes door to door and beg, practicing madhukari, and that is called bahudaka. And then when he practices more and more detachment, he becomes a preacher. This is called parivrajacacharya. 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 It goes from place to place, from country to countries, from state to state, right? For preaching purpose. This is called Parivrajacacharya. Still sannyasi, but Parivrajacacharya it's called. And then after preaching for long, when his preaching is very advanced to some extent, then he sit down in a place, practicing his own bhajan. This is called Paramahansa. Paramahansa. So the first one is Kutichak, Bahudak, Parivrajacacharya, and then the fourth one is called Paramahansa, very advanced level. And this is called Paramahansa. Those are different stages. Prabhupada also mentioned in his books. So it is not that all of a sudden one become a Paramahansa. Yeah. So it's not all of a sudden he become just a Paramahansa. Not like that. But the Paramahansa stage cannot be imitated also. One should not imitate that stage, right? So there were many imitation in the past, right? Many imitation. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj himself, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur himself introduced this system of sannyas in our line, and he himself became sannyas. So we cannot reject sannyas because Bhaktisiddhanta took sannyas, our Prabhupada also took sannyas, and many other acharyas in our line also. So he personally became Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. He personally became sannyasi. So many also, many of his disciples also took sannyas. So, I mean, the whole process of this sannyas is to get out of the affection for this material world, for the community, for nationalism, for the family, to get out of that. This is a process. As you know, this is also, in one sense, it is an illusion. But at the present moment, this illusion is being increased more and more. Sometimes people will be criticizing Krishna consciousness movement. What is this nonsense they are doing? Prabhupada, so many people, they have been entrapped by this Krishna consciousness movement. People criticizing, right? And they are nothing. And they are doing nothing for society. That's what they say. Nothing for the nation and nothing for the family. Or sometimes they say these people, they are useless parasite, right? So they are thinking like that, many people. Even one time, Subhash Chandra Bose, he was a politician, and he came to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj and told him, you have captured so many people, so many youngsters. You're making them brahmachari or sannyasi. What is this? You have captured them. You have made them sadhus. You have made them sannyasis. You have made them brahmacharis. What is this nonsense? And they are doing nothing for nationalism, for this country. But then Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj said, well, for your national propaganda, you require a very strong man. But these people are very weak. Brahmachari, sannyasi, they are very weak. For the national propaganda, you need strong people, you know. But these are weak devotees, weak brahmacharis, weak sannyasi. So you can see they are very skinny. Can you see they're skinny? So do not put your glance in them, and let them eat something and chant Hare Krishna. So this is how Bhaktisiddhanta avoided them, right? So yes, but sannyasi in our Krishna consciousness movement is completely devote their life for serving Krishna. That's what they do. Serving the society. They are also serving the society. They are also serving the country. Sannyas means sannyas, coming from the word sat. Satnyas. Sannyas. Satnyas means to give up, like Om Tat Sat, and to accept, to give up for Om Tat Sat, to give up material life for the absolute truth, for the service of the absolute Krishna. We give up our family life, like that. So sannyas also means samnyas, means complete renunciation, completely renounce. Nyas means renounce. Sun means some, complete renunciation, completely renounce, right? So family life also, like to give up means to give up the whole world, right? Because nowadays people are struggling. People are struggling hard just to maintain a family. Because that is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. I remember one time, was one devotee. He was before he was in the army. So he was in the army, and then that devotee joined the Brahmacharya ashram, joined ISKCON, and he became a very good preacher, Krishna consciousness. And then one day he was talking to some of the youth in India, and they asked him, what were you doing before? And he said, I was in the army. But in India, they praise the army very much. They have full respect for the army because they are the one who's protecting the country from danger. So, and the youth told him, "Oh, such a job, such a good job. You just left that job. Why? Why did you left it and just become a sadhu? This is good to be an army, protecting the country, you know." And that's why they praise the army in India. So, why did you left this job? And that devotee gave a very beautiful answer, befitting answer. He said that there are dangers in the border, border line of the country, the border. There is danger, definitely. But danger is not only in the borders, in the central also, in the country also many dangers, many diseases. So we are becoming sadhus to cure, to get protection from all these kind of diseases, kam, krodh, lobh, moha, mad. Not these dangers are not just in the borderline, but in the middle. Also, we need preaching. We need to instruct people. We need to give knowledge. We need to enlighten people also, because so much diseases, so much danger is also there. And that's why I have taken to Krishna consciousness, to preach the message, you know. So if that is done, then there will be no other danger, right? So that was the befitting answer he gave. So a Parivrajacharya means wandering all over the world, yes. And then when he's explained enough, when his preaching is done, then one can actually sit down one place and chant his rounds, bhajan. So he can chant like Haridas Thakur chanting Hare Krishna, Ma Mantra. Haridas Thakur was chanting 192 rounds per day. But if you try to imitate the Parivrajacharya, then everything will be spoiled, right? So because why spoil in the beginning? If we take to chanting of Hare Krishna, so that is good. Always be busy. The first stage, like this. Srila Prabhupada said, we agree that everyone within this material nature is suffering. That's what Prabhupada is saying. So Krishna descended to this world to speak the Bhagavad Gita, to deliver the fallen soul. So similarly, those Vaishnava who take to sannyas out of compassion for others, because his only duty is to preach the message of Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada again saying that people are suffering, and then because they are in ignorance, they think, Prabhupada saying they think that now I have just beautiful car, I have beautiful apartment, I have my girlfriend, I have big house, therefore I'm happy. So actually this is not happiness, but it is suffering. It is suffering because a Vaishnava, because Vaishnava loves Krishna. A Vaishnava loves Krishna, and therefore we understand that is part and parcel of Krishna. So, and then he realized that the conditioned soul is suffering. So we need they want Krishna consciousness. There's a great need to spread Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada once said also, the world doesn't lack anything. The world has everything, right? So what is lacking is the message of Krishna consciousness, spreading of the message of Krishna consciousness. This is enlightenment. So, and Prabhupada himself, as a sannyasi, he said one time, Prabhupada said that I have 5,000 children without the possession of a wife. That's happened because he took sannyas. He said, I have 5,000 children, even as a sannyasi. So I have 5,000 children without the botheration of wife. So another point also Prabhupada mentioned is the purpose of Vaishnava sannyasi is to utilize everything, is to utilize things as they are intended to be utilized, right? To use everything. This has been given by Rupa Goswami. The real sannyasi doesn't mean that one should renounce everything. This is not the real sannyas. Krishna is explaining Bhagavad Gita 6.1, chapter 6, text 1. So he's saying that when the Vaishnava is renouncing materialistic way of life and takes to sannyas, so this world is not under the conception that this world is false. This world is not false. This world is temporary. But then he decided to actually dedicate his whole life, devote himself fully in engaging everything in the service of the Lord. Prabhupada said, if somebody is going to give me 1 million rupees for a temple, I'm going to extend my second hand. But Mayavadi would say, no, this is Maya. That's why they're called Maya. Mayavadi, right? So the entire material world, the entire cosmic manifestation belongs to Krishna. It all belongs to God. So therefore, everything should be used in the service of the Lord and the devotee. It should be used in the service, but of course the devotees should remain unattached to that. So this is the purpose of Vaishnava sannyas. Just like a materialistic person, stick to the world for self-gratification. Materialistic people, they stick to this world for self-gratification. But a Vaishnava sannyasi, it also not accepting anything for all personal self-gratification, knows the art of utilizing. He knows the art of utilizing everything for the service of the Lord. So utilizing everything for the service of the Lord. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he was the first sannyasi to ride a limousine car, very expensive car. And he was the first sannyasi who was wearing coat, long coat. Yes, this is called Yukta Vairagya. So therefore, Rupa Goswami also has criticized the Mayavadi sannyasi. Because why is criticizing Mayavadi sannyasi? Because they do not know that everything has a utilization for the service of the Lord. Everything can be used. And they take the world to be false. And they think that they are liberated from the contamination of this material world. So this is a point. So since everything is an expansion of the energy of the Lord, but the energies also are real. Everything that is an expansion, the energy is also real because they expand from the Lord. They're coming from the Supreme Lord himself. So how can it be false? But Mayavadi sannyasi would say, Brahman Satya, Jagan Mithya. Brahman Satya, Jagat Mithya. The spiritual world is Satya, Lord is Satya, but this world is Mithya. It is false. So we have to be careful in our sense. Krishna consciousness movement, we don't say false. We say temporary. Dukkhalaya Musharvana, it is temporary. Because even the energy, it can be transformed. Right? So my body would say this is false world. So what's Rupa Goswami? And Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Anasrita karma phalam. Anasrita karma phalam. This is the word of Krishna. Anasrita karma phalam. What is real sannyas? Real sannyasi doesn't mean that one who gives up everything. Anasrita karma phalam. One who gives up the karma phal. So this kind of sannyasi is not allowed in Kali Yuga. Karma sannyas, one who give up karma, completely no activities. So this is not real sannyas. And Krishna is chastising Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. I'll see that. No, because Arjuna was thinking, I should not do any action. If every action there is a reaction, it's better I don't do any action. I just renounce. But Krishna tells him there's no one in this world who can remain without any action. There's no one. Even if you want to sit down, but you're doing the action of sitting. Sleeping, you're doing the action of sleeping. If you're breathing, you're doing the action of breathing. So something you're doing. So you cannot completely renounce karma, action. So Arjuna wanted to take to karma sannyas, no action, just remain like dumb, like yogi, just nothing, do like nothing. And Krishna is telling Arjuna, if you don't fight now in the battlefield, and in the forest somewhere you may be fight. If you see the animal, they're going to fight with the animal because that's your nature to fight. Right. So here, real sannyas means anashrita karma phalam. One who actually give up the karma phal. Karma phal means the fruits of action. The fruits of our action. Karyam karma karotiya. Sa sanyasi sa yogita. This is sannyas. And not the one who is lighting no fire, not the one who lights no fire and perform no work. He is not sannyasi. And this is again Rupa Goswami explaining anasaktasya vishayan itartan payunjata nirmande Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagya muchyate. Yukta vairagya muchyate. So that is called sannyas, yukta vairagya. Connect using everything in Krishna's service. So yes, again, which type of sannyas is not allowed? Karma sannyas, renounce work. Because in our parampara, sannyasi, Mahaprabhu himself took sannyas. Many other devotees also took sannyas. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj took sannyas. Prabhupada himself, the founder of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he also took sannyas, right? So now why karma sannyas is not allowed to renounce work? Because in the other ages, one can remain, even survive, even if only with bones. He's got bone in his body. If somebody is with tapasya and the flesh are being eaten by the ants, it's like Hiranyakashipu. When he was doing tapasya, his body was eaten by the ants. There was only bones. So when there was only bones, the life air was in the bones. That's why he was able to survive. The life air was in the bones of the body. But in Kali Yuga, the pran, the life air, prana is in the anna. An means grain, in the food, not in the bones. They are in the food. But previously, because it was in the bones, they could actually remain even without flesh, because pran, air is there in the bones. But in Kali Yuga, it doesn't exist like that. It's in the food. And this is why everyone has to work, get food, and they have to eat and do bhakti. Right? So, because it is there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he was a perfect sannyasi. perfect sannyasi. Many times people were criticizing Krishna, how Krishna had affair with many women. But the same Krishna became Ramchandra, Ekapatni Vrata, one wife only. And he was Maryada Purushottam, very much into etiquette. Same Krishna, and same Krishna became sannyasi, and became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was a very, very, very strict sannyasi. No joke. With chastising Chataharidas, chastising others, you know. So, yeah, one time there is also Damodar Brahmachari. Damodar Brahmachari is a brahmachari who would be also, he had the adhikar, in fact, with Mahaprabhu, to even check Mahaprabhu. He would check Mahaprabhu if he's doing something wrong, you know. So we can see how Mahaprabhu was very, very strict sannyasi himself. And one time also that happened, Mahaprabhu, somebody was singing, you know, someone was singing the song, Govinda, 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 yeah, prayers like for the pleasure of Jagannath. So Git Govinda, yeah, Git Govinda. And I was the lady. Mahaprabhu was singing, somebody singing, and Mahaprabhu was going to embrace him because such a beautiful voice. Mahaprabhu was thinking that was a Prabhu, somebody singing, beautiful voice. He was going to, it was so much in ecstasy. He wanted to embrace it. He was going, he was running to go and embrace that person. But then Govinda said, no, this is not the Prabhu. This is a lady singing. And Mahaprabhu told Govinda, you have saved my life. It is not that Mahaprabhu did not know. He's a Supreme Lord. He knows. But just to set an example, how a sannyasi should be very, very strict. How a sannyasi would be very, very extremely strict. He had set the highest level of example. Of course, these renunciation would practice in the previous yugas, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, they would practice there, these types of sannyas. And to transport that same ashram in Kali Yuga is not easy. It's not easy because they will practice in other ages. And to practice the same ashram, especially in this Kali Yuga, practically impossible. Can never be thought of also. Because time has changed. The world has changed. The situation has changed considerably. The atmosphere has changed considerably. We can see Ajamil. Ajamil fell down just by seeing the scene of a prostitute embracing a Shudra. One scene only. And that was not Kali Yuga. That was other Yuga, Satya Yuga. But that scene nowadays we can see it's everywhere. That same scene, embracing opposite sex, is everywhere. It's on the billboards, it's on the mobile, it's on the TV, it's on the newspaper, on magazine, on the posters, everywhere. The same scene can be seen. So that's what I'm saying. Ajamil fell because of seeing one scene like that. But Kali Yuga is everywhere the same thing. The sin can be seen everywhere. So the time has changed, environment has changed, everything has changed. Not the same. But yet it is possible. It is possible to maintain. How is it possible? By the guidance and mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada. We can see Prabhupada has initiated many sannyasis. Of course, many left also. But many, many still here. Still keeping the sannyas order and still preaching very rigorously. you know. So it is possible, even this is Kali Yuga, by the guidance and mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, possible. In Bhagavad Gita again, Krishna, why it is possible? Krishna, Arjuna is asking this question, which is better? Krishna, which is better? To renounce work or to work in devotion? You know, Mayavad Sannyas, they renounce work or to work in devotion. This question. Sanyasam karmanam Krishna, punar yugam to samsasi. So that's the question is asking. Because Arjuna was confused. Why Arjuna was confused? First of all, you asked me to renounce work. First of all, Krishna told Arjuna to renounce work. But later on, he told Arjuna to work in devotion. He was confused. First, he said renounce work because every action has reaction. First, renounce work. But again, he said work in devotion. And Arjuna is asking which of the two is beneficial. Krishna said, yes, both are good for liberation. Both are good for liberation. But of the two, work, devotion is better than renouncing work. Work in devotion. So our Krishna consciousness sannyasis, they are working in devotion. They're working. Building temple. They are collecting fund. They are doing book distribution. They're cooking for the Lord. They're doing arti for the Lord. They're doing yajna for the Lord. They're working. So work in devotion is better than renunciation of work. This is what and Krishna is telling to Arjuna about this question. Because just mere only renunciation, only renounce, mere renunciation of fruitive activity does not make one, does not purify the heart. Just renouncing fruitive activities does not purify the heart of the conditioned soul. It does not. Just renounce work, it does not purify the heart. Just renounce fruitive activities, it does not purify the heart of the conditioned soul. As long as the heart is not purified, one has to work on the fruitive level. Yes, as long as the heart is not purified, one has to work on the fruitive level. But devotional service action in Krishna consciousness automatically helps one to escape the result of karma, right? And then one need not come to descend in this material world again. So this is why Krishna tells Arjuna that working in Krishna consciousness, our sannyasi, they work in Krishna consciousness, is always a kind of superior renunciation. So Prabhupada also gave one example, yogis and devotees, sannyasi, Vaishnava sannyasi, and the yogis. He said that the cats and the monkey, the cats, they carry the baby kitten, the mouse, mother is carrying. But the monkey is a baby monkey who's holding onto the mother. So which one is more protective and which one is more dangerous? Protective is when the mother cat is carrying the puppy, the kitten, the small baby, right? It's more protective because mother is catching, mother is holding. Whereas the monkey is a baby monkey who is holding into the mother. So if there is a discrepancy, a mistake in holding the mother, and then the baby monkey will fall down. So similarly, the yogis, they fall down because, why? Because they are trying to control the senses by their own efforts, by themselves. Where the devotees, they are protected by the Lord. And Krishna is purifying the senses. They're protected. Okay, one may say, but we see also in ISKCON many fall down. Yes, it could be fall down, but there is no loss or diminution. There's no loss or diminution. Name bhakta pranashati, my devotee never perish. There is no loss or diminution. Even though he may fall down, but next birth he will also continue where he stopped. Right? So there's no loss in doing bhakti. Prabhupada, of course, he gave sannyasi to many, many youngsters. At that time, there were many. It was a craze to take sannyasa. It was a craze. Prabhupada time, many of them wanted to take sannyas. Even my Guru Maharaj also asked Prabhupada for sannyas. Prabhupada said, "You're already sannyasi." Right? Brahmachari is already like sannyas. But Prabhupada gave to youngsters many, the age of 25, 26, 27, 30 years, took sannyas. Because there was a craze and Prabhupada wanted to push the movement also. They gave them sannyas. Right? So, yeah. So if we renounce everything without Krishna consciousness, it is incomplete. This is confirmed by Rupa Goswami. That is incomplete. So sannyas is complete when one is in the knowledge that everything in existence belongs to Krishna. And no one should claim proprietorship over anything. Nothing belongs to us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was grammar teacher, devotees were praying when he's going to be sannyasi, when he's going to become sannyasi. Sometimes he would challenge the devotees. Mahaprabhu would ask them questions. He would challenge. They were all praying. They could not defeat him. Srivas Thakur, Srivas Acharya. And then they were praying, when this Nimai going to become a Vaishnava devotee? And then when Mahaprabhu went to Gaya, seeing the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu there, and also met his spiritual master, and there was a transformation of heart. His heart was completely changed. And when he came back, he was giving the grammar, teaching grammar from every single word, Sanskrit word. He would derive Krishna from it. He would teach, he would show how Krishna is coming from every single word. And then the student, they were thinking he has become mad. And he was calling Gopi, Gopi, Gopi. And they were saying that, why are you calling Gopi? Call Krishna. Why are you calling Gopi? You're mad. You know, every single word he was deriving Krishna from it. But criticizing Mahaprabhu. At that time, Mahaprabhu decided, he was thinking, people are criticizing me, it's not doing good for them. Instead of making them Krishna conscious, I'm encouraging them to make aparat. It's not good. Criticizing is not good. And then he decided, let me take sannyas. With that in mind, he took sannyas, that because sannyasi people will be respecting, they will not criticize, and for preaching purpose. Yes, so sannyas in our movement, we take sannyas, yes, 3 reasons are there. Because it is Shastra mentioned in Shastra. Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas is mentioned in Shastra. Secondly, taking sannyas also because for preaching purpose. Yes, for preaching purpose. And another reason also if the spiritual master is requesting to take sannyas, so one takes sannyas. Few points are there. Shastra, request by the spiritual master, and also for preaching purpose, not for name and fame. It is not for name and fame, but for preaching purpose. Definitely, one can engage people in service of the Lord. So, yes, this word here used, Vantasi. Vantasi, earlier the word is used here. Vantasi, one who actually is becomes shameless. It is shameless. But Krishna consciousness is so purifying. Is very much purifying. Even in our movement, some sannyasi left. They left the movement. Sannyasi, they left. And again, they come back to the movement. And they are engaged nicely. Right? They are engaged nicely. So this is because our Krishna consciousness movement is so purifying, can do that. Of course, sannyasi should not do that again. Eating is own vomit. What we were talking against, and eating the same vomit, that's not good. So that's why sannyasi should be very, very careful. One is careful in his behavior, in his activities, in his sadhana especially. Sannyasi should be always, because it is said, idle mind is a devil workshop. An idle mind is the devil workshop, and that works not only for the sannyasis, even for the brahmacharis. We don't only have sannyasi fall down, we also have grihastha fall down. Many, but we don't see because they're protected. There are many also grihastha fall down, right? They may be covered or not seen, because if a sannyasi fall down, it will be spread all over the world. Message will go like anything. There's also brahmachari fall down. There's also grihastha fall down. Grihastha fall down many, which I know. But of course, they can also recover quickly. But sannyasi fall down, that's terrible. So this is why this Narad Muni is talking about the ideal brahmachari, ideal grihastha, and also an ideal sannyasi. So, yeah. I'll read it again. One who accepts the sannyas order gives up the three principles of materialistic activities, in which one indulges in the field of household life, namely religion, economic development, and sanctification. There are many sannyasis also, like I was saying, Mayavadi sannyasis, they're involved in social work, philanthropic works. This is what this verse is saying here. There's two verses, right? So they return, the one who first accepts sannyas, but then return to such materialistic activities is to be called Vantasi, right? Many of them also come back to materialistic life, many come back to social life, philanthropic work, social life, thinking that is sannyas. It's corruption, many things that been invented also in due course of time. But real sannyas, sannyas, complete sannyas means to dedicate oneself in the service of the Lord, no other attachment. Especially in our parampara, it is preaching movement, preaching, prachar, doing preaching work. And then one can actually maintain his sannyas life nicely, perfectly. Hare Krishna. So I would just want to end here the class, and I would like to, maybe surely you're going to have some question to ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for the wonderful class, Maharaj. Thank you so much for explaining the types of sannyasis, and what is the purpose of sannyasi, and what is the main purpose, and everything, Maharaj, you explained so nicely. And the BMW concept, Maharaj, the yes, danda, pre-dandi, the body, mind, and the words all are dedicated to serve Krishna. How the sannyasi doesn't mean that everything should he renounce, and he should not renounce anything for the sense enjoyment. Whatever is there, we should utilize it for the pleasure of Krishna, for the service of Krishna. That is the real meaning. You explained it so nicely, Maharaj. Thank you. Thank you so much for your wonderful class. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Do you have time for question and answer, Maharaj?
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If you have any questions or realization, please unmute yourself and please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for the beautiful class. Very grateful to you for coming on the call and enlightening us on this topic. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Maharaj, you were saying how the real meaning of Yukta Vairagya also, that point was also very nice, Maharaj, and you gave so many examples also, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he through means it is not that he didn't know means the meaning of this, but he was showing, and how by following himself he was showing to us how we should follow the Yukta Vairagya and all. Thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, I can see one hand raised from Pratibhalasini Mataji. Mataji, would you like to go ahead? Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisance. Shashla
Thank you.
Prabhupada. Maharaj, I had a question. So when we talk about a person who has slipped from a particular position, and here in this verse, it calls that person a Vantasi, meaning he's eating his own vomit. So, and then you also spoke about how Srila Prabhupada had mentioned that what is the atonement, one has to commit suicide. So then how does such a person who has committed suicide get uplifted? Because again, suicide also creates a lot of negative impact on that soul's journey. So can you throw more light on the advancement of in such a situation?
Yes. Take the case of Chota Haridas, he followed that. He went into Ganges and atoned for that. Mahaprabhu was, in one sense, he was happy. Yeah, setting an example for others. And also he has done the atonement. Atonement has to be done. Yes, but then what he was doing, he was in the form of a subtle body. He was singing. He was singing the glories of the Lord. He was singing the Mahamantra. He was singing for the pleasure of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is how atonement works. How he made progress, more progress in his life. He was singing. Yeah, he was singing. This mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
So we continue to chant and.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Because Krishna consciousness, Bhakti can purify any amount of sinful activities. But Prabhupada said real atonement is awakening of our Krishna consciousness. And there's no loss of diminution. Yeah.
Thank you much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. So is it okay, Maharaj? With your permission, can we end the call here, Maharaj?
Once again?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much once again for such a beautiful class and nicely enlightening us on how a sannyasi should be there, Maharaj. Very, very grateful to you. I don't see any hand raised, Maharaj. Is it okay? Can we end the call here, Maharaj?
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about it when I saw the verse. Many of your grihastas, but the topic today was sannyasi.
Yeah,
But
yes,
anyway,
Maharaj. When I saw the verse, I wanted to give it to you. That's why I gave it to you, Maharaj. I wanted
all
to
right.
call a sannyasi to address this verse. That's why I purposefully I was trying like whom to call, whom to call. Then you said yes. I was so happy that you're going to speak
Yeah,
on
yeah.
this.
Now it's good
Thank
to know, everyone. Good to know. So it doesn't matter who we are, sannyasi, brahmachari life. Good to know. Why not?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for coming and responding very quickly when I asked for the class. Thank you so much.
Yes, I am in Mayapur right now. I free the evening, so that I'm able to give the class. Yeah.
Maharaj. Okay. We are not ending the call here. After Maharaj leaves, we are continuing the memories of Komadiki Mataji. We will be offering our obeisances to Maharaj. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyeva cha
Moksha
patitana
kripa
pavanebhyo
sindhubhyeva cha
vaishnavebhyo
patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo
Om Namo
namaha.
Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava
Ki
Vrinda ki
jai.
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 His Holiness Sundar Chaitanya
Jai.
Swami Maharaj ki
Jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank
Thank you
you
for
so
being
much,
with us.
Maharaj.
Pranam,
Jai.
Dandavad
Prabhupada.
Pranam.